Well, it snowed today. The only snow we had. Now, forgive me for busting right in here with that big announcement on the get-go. We're going to pull that cylinder sleeve from that crankcase. Take the crankshaft out of it and all. Disconnect the rod. But I think we had about 10, 11 inches of snow there, according to the newswoman. Only snow we had this year. I was glad to see it. I was supposed to get cold next night, like 2 nights later. Yeah. Have to run that auxiliary heat then. Gosh, that's that high rate stuff, you know? Yeah, gotta keep warm. 1/2 13 size on that thread there. And we just chasing them, chase them threads down all the way, you know. That way, when you put them back in there, you'll know that you have a good thread in that, on that head bolt stuff. We'll take a water brush to it and take a file to it, and it'll be ready to use. We have to have a 1/2 13 tap to tap out the holes in the block that these goes in now. Well, you know, might as well to tap. Might as well to tap them them nuts right there. And we'll run a tap in all the bolts, all the nuts on that engine, and we'll run a die on that there. And we'll chase them threads on about every bolt on it if they need it. Water brush, clean and reinstall. We'll knock that down over on that there sanding wheel. But yeah, 1923. That's what I'm talking about. Or on that belt sander, I'll knock them corners down there, flatten it up a little bit, clean. Probably might put that in that there electrolysis tank, both of these, after we get them cleaned up. But we'll be good to go. Yeah. Put that back in the block there. 1923. I'll go ahead and tap all them. Now we'll get that dowel pin out of the, we'll get that dowel pin out of that block back there. Pull this sleeve out. You know, start with one piece. Well, you know, well, let's take that sleeve out and we'll get over there on the workbench and we'll do some comparison as to the size and all. But this, just make note of it, this engine does have all 3 slash cut rings in it. But to pull that sleeve out, I done already extracted that pipe up there, and it's ready to come out. Back in one of the videos way some time ago, it says 1.5 horsepower M spark plug. So that being this engine here. And what this does, for a close-up, if you take a cylinder sleeve, and this is what this is in that engine right there, one of these. I'm going to take this one out, and I'm going to put a new O-ring inside this housing here, and I'm going to put it back in there. I'm just showing you this one right here. Then this is the shop built tool that I'm going to use to get it out of there with. A piece of aluminum about 1 inch thick. And I turned it to fit that cylinder right there, that sleeve. So it's got a little indent there, index it right in there, and it's turned to the lower taper on that rear part of that to align it. It's got a 1/2 inch hole in it. I'd recommend, you know, 1/2 inch if you were building one. But we'll get that sleeve out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the rear of that sleeve, right like this. Okay, see it's centered up in there, and then I'm going to take this along. It's got some lock nuts on it down here for another purpose, but I'm going to shove it up through yonder. Okay, see we got something sticking out up there. So I done run that tap in there, 1/2 13 coarse thread on that, and there's cleaned them up, and they're good to go now. But I'm just gonna put them up here in the top. for alignment. And this is just a 1/2 inch plate with some standoffs welded on it to match this 4-bolt pattern. And the sleeve is about a 1/2 inch in there. And I can see an outline around this one. And I think this was a running engine, so it might come right out. It does have some trash down in it, I believe, which makes it all the more reason to do this. Oh yeah, we'll get a new nut to go on there. Oh yeah, the whole thing's moving. Make it good adjustable. Okay, we've already got this cylinder sleeve free. I'm gonna go ahead and take it on out a little further. Oh yeah. And there's our apparatus. We'll get this cleaned up. Get it on the shelf, ready for the next one. Shop built tools. Now let's get that sleeve out there. Okay, we got it out. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the reason they pay me the big bucks right there. You know what I mean? If you buy an engine at an auction sale, this is what you gonna be dealing with. You know, just get ready for it. Well, you know, ain't too bad. Yeah, we get a little solvent on it. It'll look a lot better. And this is a good cylinder sleeve, I think, you know, by all indications, once it gets cleaned up. And what the problem was this, when this is in there like that, that's what that little gap up there at the top's for this protrusion, for that oil pipe right there to come out of. That's the only reason that's in there. But, you know, it's cleanup time now, you know, deal all that out. You know, that's the reason you do this right here. You know, better cooling. That was one of International's better ideas right there. Getting that sleeve out of there like that. Just saying. And we'll get it cleaned up.